Hey guys, Liger JPS here, and now it's actually time to do something that is what my name is based off on. So here we are looking at the HMM Zoids Liger Jager. What the heck? Oh, I think that was my thing telling me package delivered, even though I already got it. But yeah, this is the Liger HMM. It's a high-end model, and this is the Liger Jager, the first one of the CSS we saw in the show, and that's where the J comes from in my name. I had this thing for a while, and then finally got to building it, but whew, this thing's a build. I will admit, it was a build. Hell, I'm not too crazy about moving some parts around this because I'm too terrified, and I know some parts are weak. But overall, this guy is amazing. So when you build it as a unarmored base Liger Zero. So like everything gets built is like a Liger Zero, just without the white armor, and you just have it set up to be built with the Jaeger parts built around it. So you build that, and then you start building up the armor. They have like from the head to the legs, like the front legs together, then the hind legs together, the tail, the boosters, anything else. Now normally the tail would actually have a cannon on it for a base Liger, but you take that off for, the Jaeger booster tail. And speaking of boosters and other stuff, you do have parts that open up. So like all over him, you got these little things that, like little flaps, like the wings. These things that open up on him. That was not supposed to happen. There's supposed to be a part you're supposed to open up. There we go. Sometimes you can't just pull from one part, you gotta pull from the other. So yeah, you have this, and now he's like, I am in a boost mode. And you can open up the booster so you have him opened up and ready to strike. And he can still do a strike, laser, claw. And actually, these things are pretty articulated and has nice mobility. It has nice articulation and posability when you try to pose and do things right. But yeah, this guy it's amazing though that it's like, I enjoyed it. It was pretty much, I'm kind of speechless. I will say though, trying to put some of these things together, because one, this is not Bandai, this is Kotobukiya. So keep that in mind, that Kotobukiya kits are different from Bandai. But hey, it was worth it for me to build. I would say the few parts I have issues with was like the head, trying to get these teeth in, so I had to glue them in. And I'm not sure if it's on this one or my other one, trying to keep the cockpit closed. Ooh, one of the pieces for the boosters, the connection point, that was a hassle. Yeah, I had issues with this. Then the legs popping off. So yeah, I had a field day with this one. I think I spent maybe 3 to 5 days building it, especially with work and all. Yeah, I think it's this one that is the issue with the booster, which is why I really didn't want to touch it. But I was like, hey, for the review's sake, I'll risk it for the biscuits. I'm not going to worry about it, but yeah, there's not much to say, but you do have... Oh yeah, I forgot, you do have the black parts on the side of the head that moves open. And I forgot, he's not tall like others. It's kind of hard to see, but there is. I want to say that's part of the base Liger. No, they're not part of the base Liger. I want to say that's part of his face. It's part of the armor that has him like with opening grills. Like there's a lot of also down below, but you can't really see it. Right there, you see where this little light bluish gray part is? Uh-oh. So in there is a Zoid core. So yeah, there is a Zoid core built right at you that you put in there. It's like a little red Zoid core. Now, I will say this much. I'm not sure if it was this one or my other one. It is recommended that certain parts you do glue on. And there are little tiny clear pieces that you have to put in on the head. Like in the middle. Down there where the Zoid core is. Those are a pain in the ass to get in. But also he had his body. Now his head can move up and down because he has a neck joint and everything. He also has a body joint. I'm trying to do this, but I don't know where to grab. That you can extend it outwards. You can extend his body outwards. Now for this version of him, you do not need to extend. But I'll show it again. Trying to do this is hard enough. And not to do this without, getting my body in the way. It's kind of hard to do this. But yeah, you can see that he's extended out and now he has, extra articulation. He's supposed to have some side to side in him, but yeah. And that popped off. Though that should not be an issue. Okay, yeah, so this is actually part of the face itself, so yeah. But since this is the Jager, it's not as bad. Pop this back on. The other one, that's a whole nother story. And great. I didn't mean to pop this off. Now let's see. Okay, I see it. It's down here. Some of these parts you would consider gluing in. And the manual is not afraid to tell you, glue it in. Also, there's not too many extra parts left over. Now, my other one, I do have some parts left over just because it's a whole different design and it's parts replacement. The only real major part that's left over would be his tail, the tail cannon. Because you got this blue piece on it. So with that up there, you take out the tail cannon. I wish you could have both up there, but you really can't. But yeah, overall he's really solid. And he has different parts built into him compared to the other one I'm going to show next. But overall base design, like head and the majority of the body, like the legs. So the head, the legs, the body, majority of the body, 99% of the body. 1% of the body is different between the three. At least that's what I would assume. But each of them has something different. But he has sliding, like his body opens up to slide outwards to give him more room. But he also has like a little curve bend. There's a reason for this because if you know anything about the Liger Zero, is that he has multiple armor forms, or as they called the CAS. And one of the games I'm going to put on my channel later, called I think Zoid's Legacy. We see that we can see multiple Liger Zeros. We see the Liger Zero. We see the Liger Zero Jager, Schneider, Panzer. Then we see the Liger Zero Empire. And then we also see the Liger Zero X. Which I think at that point, the Liger Zero X and Empire, they won't stand it up to being, top dog Ligers, because Lady Liger was saying, get shown up. You're not top dog. But yeah, this version of the Liger Zero is pretty awesome. They're not, now I will say this much, it's not cheap, it's kind of expensive. This cost me over $200. But hey, it's worth it. And I bought 2 of them, so you're going to see the next one in a moment. So, till then, I'll catch you later.